Hello, I'm Dr. Lisa Ryan. My background is in psychiatry and personal development, and my big passion is for your well-being. Each of you is a spectacular human being, full of potential to be all that God created you to be. With the holidays coming up, I think about the many people in my life, both professional and personal, and I feel a somber note. Because only the holidays in Hallmark movies are perfect. For some, they look very different. Let's look at a brief summary of all the things that the holidays can usher in, besides the good stuff. Prep for the holiday adds demands to an already busy life. There is travel chaos to handle. Maybe in relationships, things aren't great. What if you are single or newly divorced and the holidays are painful? Maybe you are co-parenting and have to negotiate emotional needs and schedules. Perhaps you aren't getting along with your significant other and the pressure of the holidays brings more issues to the surface. We also see reels of perfect holidays. The food is perfect, the decorations are perfect, and the family gets along like the Waltons. And we feel we've fallen short. We might even feel like we have to act happy when we aren't. If commitments are many, we don't have enough downtime, and we feel responsible for everyone's happiness, we can simply burn out. Financially speaking, even putting a nice dinner on the table costs money. Add decorations and parties, and the cost only goes up. Travel is expensive too, maybe so expensive that we can't see the ones we love. Additionally, the pressure or expectation that we get along with everyone can cost us emotionally. Or maybe we're expected to show up to things and obligation replaces genuine desire to be somewhere. Perhaps the connection we long for is not possible because we are grieving a loved one or a child who has disowned us. Illness may be causing pain and/or fear. All of this is real, and most of us are dealing with at least part of this long list. I personally know people facing each of these troubles. Holidays can be brutal. Sometimes we're in a room full of people and feel disconnected. This is worse than actually being alone. I've been there. What if part of this list or all of it applies to us? What then? We start by asking ourselves what is truly important. If physical well-being is high on the list, keeping things simple decreases many stressors. The homemade pecan pie may be delicious, but it could be made in a month from now too. Whether you're having a gathering or attending one, setting expectations beforehand is better than expecting people to adapt in the moment. In that way, we're just like little kids. If you tell children when bedtime is and remind them that it's coming, then they will be a little easier to corral when it's time. Hopefully. Another great thing we can do is ask for help. I know people who absolutely knock themselves out when it isn't necessary. If you feel like you'll be complaining about it later, internally or with others, don't do it. If you choose to do it and get tired, then smile and be happy with your choice. We don't want to hear about how difficult it was later. My channel is called An Empowered Mind, and part of that empowerment is learning to say no and taking responsibility for our own choices. It's a-okay if we push hard for some reason, but it's wise to consider all the costs and be realistic. After all, we are men and women with limits. There are powerful things we can do to help ourselves, things we do with our minds. For instance, when we feel something we don't want to feel, we can say to ourselves, like if we're getting too stressed out, I can choose peace instead of this. If we take deep breaths with this, it's all the better. We send oxygen to the brain, breathe out stress, and correct our thoughts toward peace all at once. Beautiful. I'm an HSP. See my attached video at the end. Maybe you're one too. An HSP is a highly sensitive person. Because of this, I am keenly aware of what is happening for others. I have a friend recently diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor, another who just lost his dad, another friend who grieves her son. Another has a son with an advanced cancer. Oh my gosh, I could go on, and you probably could too. Even if I had my own personal Hallmark movie story happening in my house, my holiday still wouldn't be perfect. It can't be when people we love hurt. It can't be when people in the world hurt. Here's how we find joy amidst the headaches and pain. We open our eyes, try to figure out how to alleviate stress, pain, or loneliness for someone else. You may think I'm nuts since I just spelled out how overly full the holidays already are, but I'm not. There are very simple things that we can do for others, things that don't take much time, that will bring joy all the way around. I've talked in other videos about taking time to talk to a stranger or calling someone who needs some encouragement. It is simply impossible to be giving and not gain ourselves. Even if what we do tires us, we put the gift of life into our souls every time. Giving of self brings joy. Stepping outside ourselves isn't always natural, but if we learn to look around and consider others, we won't be sorry. We might even save a life. If we aren't caring for vulnerable others, then we devalue ourselves because we are just like them. I want to point out here that unselfishly considering a family member or friend is just as important as considering people we don't know. But sometimes it's more difficult. We know their flaws because we know them, and we make judgments. Jesus taught many clearly valuable lessons. Love your neighbor as yourself, and don't set yourself up as a judge of other people. We can judge behavior, but not the inner being of someone else because we don't know their life story or their struggles or their motivations. These are broad ideas that bring great peace if we keep them tucked in our hearts. It's so nice not to have to figure everything out about others. Let them be them. It's so nice to rest in God's goodness. If you have lost someone, do something to remember them with thankfulness. We could do something for someone else to honor their memory. Getting our minds off ourselves is a good idea. That is what love is. If you have a serious problem of any sort, be a giver and let someone you think is trustworthy see your pain or concern. Pride is what keeps us from being vulnerable and open. Summon your inner strength, call on God. Every day is an opportunity to enjoy our lives. If we don't, then we lose, and so do those around us. Be tough. Don't give in. Direct your thoughts somewhere good, and don't give all your energy to pain and fear. This is smart, and this is strong, and this is what God wants for us. When we only rely on ourselves, we are weak. When we can let people see us, we are mustering up inner strength. Choose to be strong this holiday season. Dig your heels in and determine that you will find a way to enjoy people and your days. What you give out will return to you, so give out lots of love and many smiles, real ones that come from a transcendent attitude. With God, you have what it takes, and I believe in you. Have a blessed and peaceful holiday.